All right, guys, today we're here at this apartment that just got vacated. This tenant did not leave anything behind, but we're gonna walk through it, see what needs done to flip this around and get it rented again. So the previous tenant rented this for about $625, and we're hoping to get $675 out of it. So hopefully what we have to do, we'll take it there. So let's get into it. All right, as you can see, this is the carpet. It is in absolute terrible shape. Anywhere you look, there's a stain everywhere. I mean, this is roughly what the carpet started like over here. As you can see, it's clean. Usually the corners are where people put their couches. There's nightstands, TV stands, stuff like that. So, but as you can see here, easily, you can see where their shoes were tracking right here. So kind of tells you this is on the tenant. It's, you know, it clearly spilled stuff around back here. So then over here, you've got some staining on the wall. It's darkening. We've got a lot more of that in the kitchen too. So we will have to paint that. This wall has some stains as well. If you can see, it's got marks, stuff. So I do know that. Down here, we've got this marking right here. That is not going to come out regardless of how many times we wash it. So it's one of those things that we're going to have to repaint that. Over here, we've got, she had little pictures up here, and you can kind of see from the looks of it that this was the original paint, and just over time, maybe candles, maybe, you know, I don't know if she was smoking, but that's usually what you see with smokers is a discoloration of the paint. That could be it, but that's kind of what you're looking at right there. So this wall, you've got some stuff right here. It looks like a couch was sitting right here or a table because it's got like scuff marks. So that's my guess, is right there is that issue. But yeah, let's get into the kitchen. Let's take a look at the kitchen. The worst part is always the fridge. You gotta be careful because tenants will leave it and then you're left with a mess. In this case, we got lucky. It still needs wipe down, as you can see. It needs clean, but she did a good job of cleaning the fridge part, not the freezer. So the fridge is good. We got lucky that no food was left in there. Otherwise, oh man, it gets terrible. The kitchen here, you can see a nice wipe down would have taken care of this, but it's just some splatter there. I'll see if it'll wipe down, but everything else is kind of looking okay down here, but up here you've got markings, and this marking usually, it's darker. It's on the corners, it's coming down over here. I'm thinking it's most likely smoke, but because it's coming down here too. So it's one of those things that, you know, she probably burned something at some point, but we got to repair that, redo it. So we're gonna have to paint this wall, and the ceiling. It's just no way around it. See, you've got some spots here. So that's kind of what we're looking at in here. Just probably paint 3-4 walls, which means we're just gonna paint the whole thing. It's just easier. Over here, this wall's okay, no big deal. It'll get repainted just because we are doing it. So let's hop into the bathroom now and then take a look at this. The bathroom's in okay shape. Kind of in here, we repainted, make it look good. Over here, we've got some damage that we will need to repair, so we will do that. But besides that, the bathroom looks okay and doable. Now, let's hop out into the last bedroom. Now, this bedroom kind of has a lot of telltale signs of what it used to be like. So right here, if you can see, this is where the bed was, and you can tell that this carpet was new when this tenant moved in all those years ago. This is must have been a nightstand because you can tell things have just spilled here over time. Again, another room, the carpet's destroyed. There's no real way of saving this, and even if we could, she's put a burn mark over here, pretty deep burn mark all the way down. So it's one of those things that I can't save this carpet anyway. So the carpet's gotta go. As you can see back here, there's some damage right here too, but you can see what it looked like behind the door. It's just heavy wear and tear. That's what it is. You know, steam vac would have helped, but it wouldn't have saved most of this. I think it got 80% out and that's about it, you know. Let's talk about the walls. As you can see, we've got rough scrapes over here. I don't know what the tenant had, but we're gonna actually have to patch that and then paint over it. Once we patch it, we gotta paint it. So that wall needs painted. This wall has loved the life you live. Tenants love painting stuff on the walls. It's not ideal from the landlord perspective, but I get it. Unfortunately, we do have to charge them to paint the walls at this point because you can't leave it like this. No, nobody's gonna, the next person might not want this type of quote on their wall. So can't leave it. This wall's got some scratches and stuff going on right here and right down there. So we've got to repaint that as well. So this is a thing that we have to do. This is on us. Can't charge a tenant really, but we've got to patch it and repaint the ceiling there. We're gonna have to repaint the whole ceiling because we've got dark marks kind of coming around everywhere over here. This corner is really bad. As you can see, it's dark. Don't know, it is what it is. It seems like with this unit, we're gonna have to completely repaint the whole unit and put new flooring in. My goal is, I was renting this for $625. I want to go to $675 now, and that's kind of the going rate. And in order to do that, I think the paint, the flooring, and in the kitchen where they have VCT, which is made, this stuff is very resistant to damage, but it doesn't look nice. So I've got to upgrade this and do sheet vinyl. So we're gonna go ahead and do sheet vinyl here. But I think that will take me to that $675 mark, hopefully, we'll see. But yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at damage-wise in this unit. So let's cut to once it gets done, and I'll do a walkthrough with you guys on that. So let's get you to that. All right, guys, one thing I forgot to mention in the kitchen is the countertops. So the countertops, these countertops are old. I would love to replace them. Right now, I'm really low on time. I don't have the time to get in here, do this, and then rent it out. I've got a house I'm working on, and I'm gonna have to live with this. Unfortunately, normally, in 90% of circumstances, I would get this done. I just have other stuff going on, so can't do it, but we're gonna leave it. Hopefully, it'll be okay. But yeah, I just want to get you guys up to date on the countertops. Now, all right, guys, we got done with the apartment, and let me show you what we got done. When we walk in here in the living room and bedroom, we got new carpet. Carpet's a little lighter. It makes the room feel a little more airier, and it kind of just opens it up and makes it feel a little more homely than the previous darker carpet was. And the previous carpet was completely shot anyway, so it had to be replaced. Now, we went with a slightly darker color on the walls, and that's to prevent staining just that much better. So we're hoping stains don't show up as much with this color. Now, these windows are completely shot, and they are on the to-do list for next year. We've been kind of going floor by floor and doing the windows, and this floor is the next one up. It needs done, hence the condensation on the windows. We know about it, we just got to get to it. So here we had a bunch of photos that the previous tenant had put in, and it had left a lot of darker stains, and it took about 3 coats to get it done. Unfortunate, but it did cover, so we're good now. But as you can see, the painters just ended up leaving a nail there and painting right over it. So that was unfortunate. Now we're gonna head into the kitchen, and in the kitchen, we've got new flooring here. Now, previously, this was VCT flooring, and the VCT was missing. It was basically shot, you know? So we came in, tore all that out, and put this new sheet vinyl down. And we carried the sheet vinyl also into the bathroom, so it kind of gave a bathroom a mild upgrade doing so. Now we're gonna head into the bedroom. Now in the bedroom, again, we've got brand new carpet, and then we also were able to paint over the words that were here and kind of cover them, so we were very lucky on that.
And then in the bedroom and in the living room, we also had gotten the ceilings painted because the ceilings over here especially were showing dark spots, and I know there was a crack on this section over here, but that got mudded and taken care of. Now, the unfortunate part that the painters did do was they painted the doors the same colors as the walls. So unfortunate. I had asked them to paint them white, but there must have been some sort of confusion. They ended up beige, but it's not a complete killer. I'm not completely happy with it, but we can live with it, you know? So that is what this apartment looks like. And it's basically rent ready now, so we're gonna put it on the market and see what we get.